What's going on YouTube? Back in the garage again. In this video I'm going to be polishing up a set of wheels I've had sitting around my garage for at least 12 years. They're in really bad shape, but I think I can bail them out and make them look presentable. I will be eventually mounting a set of Toyo Proxy 888s on them, since my CRX right now has absolutely no traction when boost kicks in. So the wheels and tire combo I currently have on the car, it's more for like a showy type deal. I'm not going to be getting rid of them, so I'm just going to be running them when I'm just cruising around. But if I really want to go out and maybe take it to the track or something like that, these will be the wheels I will be putting on the car. To do this process is multiple steps to do it. It's very time consuming. So in turn I'm going to be doing one wheel at a time. I'm not going to be in this video showing every single wheel. It'll ultimately turn into like a 12-hour video of me polishing wheels. I'm not doing that. I'm just going to just polish out one wheel and just call it quits for this video. And off camera I'll just finish them all up. I'm sure you guys don't want to see me polishing every single wheel. That'll be very, very boring in my opinion. But anyway, if you're new to this channel, please like and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. It gives me more motivation to make these videos for YouTube. But anyway, let's just jump right into it and get these wheels polished up and looking a hell of a lot better than what they are right now. It's a lot of work. Alright, check it out. Alright, so this is what I'm going to be starting with, is this wheel here. As you can see, it's all nasty looking here. Almost looks like caked on brake dust, but it's not. It's actually oxidized aluminum that these wheels, most wheels have like a clear coat over them, and once the clear coat fails, if you're not constantly cleaning them and using the proper products, you're going to get oxidization and your wheels will start looking like total ass. So sanding them and using some aluminum polish, I'm able to make them look a lot better. Kind of like this wheel. This wheel is, I would say, 95% done, maybe 90% done. I still have a little bit more work yet to do, but as you can see, it looks a whole lot better compared to that nasty cruddy wheel. But yeah, it's a lot of work. You have a lot of sanding to do, and it's a lot of elbow grease really. So let's get sanding on this one, and I'll show you the process I go through to get this wheel to look better, like more like this wheel. Alright, the first step is you want to wipe this down and get the major dirt off using a microfiber cloth. I mean, at this point, how bad these are, really probably doesn't matter. I could use a damn Brillo pad to clean them. But I'm going to take some Windex, spray it all down, and wipe the big pieces of dirt and stuff off of them. I'm just, for right now, just working on the face. Just any glass cleaner, wet it down, and just get the majority of the big chunks of dirt from sitting around or road grime. Just get that all off. So when you're sanding it, you're not sanding and digging that dirt into the surface, basically. Okay. Now, to start, let me get these wheels out of the way here. To start, I'm going to be using a bucket of water with just regular tap water with some dish detergent in it. Then I'm taking a maroon Scotch-Brite pad. This here is equivalent to about 320 grit sandpaper, but it's flexible, more pliable. So I'm going to take this, wet it, and start scrubbing the heck out of these wheels. This will get majority of the crap off. Plus this is going to remove the remainder of the clear coat that's left on the wheel. But yeah, this takes a long time. So let me reposition the camera. I'll do a small section, then I'll cut it, then I'll bring you back to when I'm done with this. I'm going to sand this area right here to show you basically how well this actually brings it up and how long it actually takes. Like I said before, this is a very time-consuming process, so don't expect it to happen immediately. Sweat it and just start going to town. Now the more intricate the wheels are, more of a pain in the ass this process is. So I'm glad these aren't that bad. If I was using just sandpaper, it would be harder to get in there into the little nooks and crannies compared to using this Scotch-Brite pad. And as you can see, already it cleaned up this area really nice. To the top here. Basically, I'm cleaning off all the crud and making sure I sand off all the clear coat that's on these. Dry off that area that I did. Probably gonna have to hit it some more, but this will give you an idea on how well these are going to come out. Already they look a whole lot better right here. On the camera's making it look so good, but they do need more. They definitely need some more scrubbing. Like right, it's like pitted and stuff. But I'm going to continue with that scuff pad, and I'll pick up when I'm on my next step. Alright, so I am just about done with the first stage. On video here it looks like it's done almost according to what I'm seeing through this little screen, but it's not. You really get close right here, that's clear coat here, sanded here, so I just have to go through it all and get the remainder clear coat. Like if you look right in here, gotta get little ends, odds and ends here and there. So at this time, since it's majority of done with the first step, I'm going to show you exactly what was going on. Good shot will be like right here. This side right here, let's see if I can get a better angle. This is sanded. This is clear coat, and as you can see, the clear coat is failing. So basically, you got to sand that clear coat off, and in order to make it shiny again. It's hard to see, but as you're going, You just have to constantly dry it off to see if there's remaining clear coat left. As you can see, I got some like right there, some clear coat there, just little spots here and there, but overall it's almost done with the first step and it's already looking amazing. Now, not in this video, I might not even put it in a video, but I'm just polishing the face. All the rest, like the inside of here and inside the drum, that's all gonna get painted black. So right now I'm just focusing on the face of it, make sure I get that nice and shiny. I just kind of prepped the inner parts with the same Scotch-Brite pad, since it's equivalent to 320. So it kind of cleaned up dirt and plus it prepped it. I'm gonna end up hitting it up again before I paint it, but majority of it's ready to go. Kind of like that, how I have it painted. I gotta touch this one back up. I did this one like 12 years ago, the painting of it. The one under here was done also, which I gotta touch up that one also and kind of brighten it up with some polish. But yeah, just about done with the first step. I'll be back when this step is completely done. Alright, so for the most part, this wheel is pretty much ready to go. Let's see if we can get better in there. For the next step of sanding, which I just hit it with a maroon scuff pad, which is equivalent to 320 grit. Now you can go with like 600 for your next step, but I'm most likely, since I'm not going for perfection, I'm going to probably just go right to 1500 grit right after this. But beforehand, I kind of want to see how well it'll polish up just the way it is. And not only that, I want to compare two polishing pastes that I have. I got Mother's Mag aluminum polish, which is really good. It polishes up real pretty easy. I've used this for years, but I recently saw an ad on Facebook for this stuff, and so I purchased it. I'm pretty happy with it so far. I've used it on quite a few things, like the cafe racer and stuff, and it polishes up pretty goddamn easy. So I want to actually compare, see how well this polishes compared to how well this polishes. This stuff was a little on the pricey side. I forget what I paid, but I'm going to, for time being, I'm going to do this spoke with this metal polish, then I'm going to do this spoke with Mother's, and I'm going to compare the two and see which one turns out to a better luster or shines up easier. I'm going to try to scrub it. When you use this, you want, basically you're scrubbing. I'm going to try to scrub it with the applicating pad about the same amount of time, then wipe them off each with their own microfiber cloth, and then I'm going to compare the two. So first up is going to be this polish here. Got to shake it pretty good. It's not really a paste, it's pretty liquid. I'm going to be using the blue applicating pad that I've been using for this on other projects. I'm going to use this pad, shake it up. I'm going to put it right on the pad just a little bit and hit this spoke up and see how well it polishes up. And the commercial for this polish, they make it look like it's so effortless and anybody can do it, which anybody can do it, but they make it look like you can take the most piece of shit aluminum and bring it to a mere shine just by in seconds, which it takes a little bit longer than that. But let's see here. Alright. That's about good for that one. Now, take the residue off, which, damn, that looks really good. I almost don't need to go to 1500 because it seriously polished it to almost chrome. It has very fine scratches, but I'll give you a closer look after I do the mothers, which I'm going to do next. Mothers is basically it's more of a paste. Put on your applicating pad. Put a little mixture on here. See how well this polishes up compared to that polish. I bet it pretty much does the same job. I would assume it probably has almost the same exact ingredients, minus like a pasting agent for that Mother's uses. You know how these things go. It's fucking such a huge gimmick. But obviously I was a sucker and bought that stuff. So okay. Wipe this residue off. Mother's seems to smear a little more. I mean, it still came up to a good luster. They pretty much shine the same. Maybe the other polish was a little bit better. I'm gonna put a piece of tape right here. I'm gonna polish up to that tape. Take the tape off, then I'm going to polish to the other side of the tape. Then I'll have more of a side-by-side comparison. Struggles of working in a damp shop. Alright, so I'm going to take polish that I got off of Facebook. I'm going to polish it here. Go down spoke again. I'll treat both the same. I'm not trying to do any favorites. I'm not sponsored by any of these products. I'm just curious to see which one outperforms, if it does. Like I said, I think it most likely has the same shit inside. I have to read it. It's just one has a pasting agent in it and one just a little more of a liquid. Okay. Seems like the one I got off Facebook is easier to wipe off the remaining stuff after polishing. Man, I seriously almost don't have to do 1500. I'm still going to. Now, tape off this side. Grab my other applicating pad. And now, as you can see, Mother's, because of the paste, it seems to spread more. But in turn, you know, you want to get this little thing. It goes pretty damn quick. And even Mother's is pretty damn expensive for this little damn container. Mother's. I use Mother's for like everything. Car wax. I love their Canuba, California gold wax, or I think it is. Stuff's amazing. I love the smell of it. Alright. Now, let's take... Yeah, the stuff I got off of Facebook is definitely easier to wipe off than the Mother's Steams. Take a little bit more effort to get the residue off, but still, so far it looks like it shines like the same. Alright, let's compare here. Swipe. I think they shine the same, really. I think they look about the same. Let's see if I can get you a better look at it here. Come on, focus. Alright. So, whoa. This spoke here is with the stuff I got off of Facebook. As you can see, the lighting is so hard to get on this because it's so shiny. You can see where I stopped right there, how shiny it is. Now this is the Mother's. It pretty much looks like it's shining just about the same. You can see where I stopped down there. And right here, let's see if I can capture it. And you can see the line. I think it's so hard to say. I think the stuff on Facebook, according to this luster compared to this one, I think this has more of a mirror shine, and I didn't even hit it with 1500 yet. So looks like that Facebook stuff is the winner. Don't get me wrong, Mother's is still a kick-ass product, but I think the other one outshined it by just a little bit. So, alright, my next step is I'm going to repeat the process of sanding the whole face of the wheel with 1500 grit. Then after that, I probably, based on my little experiment, I should be able to polish it all out with that bottle that I got off of Facebook, the metal polish. So the same thing. What I'm going to be using is a sheet, sheet of 1500 wet and dry. I'm going to use that. Some areas I might use this block to give me more of a scrubbing action instead of just using my fingertips. I'm not trying to sand through anything. You'll be here all day trying to do it with 1500, but it's just to get out some of the scratches from the maroon scuff pad. So when I polish it out, it'll be even more of a mirror shine. So I'll be back after I get that all straightened or all sanded out. At this point, you can say screw it and use whatever polishing compound you're using and hit up the whole wheel. It'll still look really good, a whole lot better than what it did before. But you got to make sure you get all that clear coat off with that scuff pad. Right now I have little specks here and there that ultimately when I'm using the 1500, it'll finish it off. It'll get rid of those, plus it's going to be getting rid of some of my scratches from the scuff pad. So that's another reason why I'm going to 1500. As you can go all the way up to like 3000 grit if you really wanted to. The more time you spend sanding with going up through the grits, the shinier it's going to get. The more of a mirror image or mirror reflection you're going to get, like chrome. So I'm just going to go to 1500 from the Scotch-Brite pad to 1500 and see how it looks. I think that's what I did with the other wheel years ago, which ultimately I'm still going to go over that wheel with 1500 and polish it again, just because it's been years and there's a little imperfections on it that 1500 will get rid of, and it'll polish right out with the paste. So again, this is wet dry 1500. I tore the sheet into 4 pieces. I'm going to put it in my block and get it wet and start sanding. You don't necessarily need to use the block. It just, I find it makes it a little easier on your hands. I'm not going to go too crazy with it. I'm not trying to get every single little tiny scratch out. This is not a show car, nor do I really want to spend that much time on old set of wheels. If there were some super rare wheels, which I don't think they are, then I would spend the time also. Let me see how that looks so far with just 1500 sand. Looking pretty good. And with the 1500, you will see the clear coat that's still there that needs to come off. You'll see that easier because it's such a fine paper. It makes it stand out more for some odd reason when you go to sand over it. Go around the edge. I'll be back once I get this all sanded with 1500. Then we'll start polishing. Done sanding with the 1500. You are going to see as you sand higher up with the grits, the shinier and shinier the wheel without any polish is going to be. The more you spend sanding with the higher grits, the shinier obviously the wheel is going to ultimately turn out. Like I said, I'm not going to spend a bajillion hours on these wheels to make them a complete mirror shine. That's up to you. If you want to spend the time, go right ahead. I would recommend going all the way up to 2000 or 2500 grit sandpaper to get that perfect shine. Just takes a really long time. So my next step is going to be polishing. Obviously you're going to want to wipe off all the crud that you got from wet sanding, dry up the area, and now you can, like you've seen before where I scrubbed the spoke with the polish, you can do the whole thing by hand, which I'm going to probably be doing two ways. By hand, and also I bought, I think it's Mother's Speed Polish Ball for it's like a foam. It's for cleaning wheels and polishing them up. You just attach it to a drill and it should make things go a lot faster. It's just foam. It's just what I'm going to ultimately do, put some polished cream on there, spread it out by hand, then put this on, because if not, you'll sling the shit everywhere and you don't want to. You'll make a mess. So first thing is I'm going to put apply some, and then see how well the ball brings it up to a shine. Alright, again, I'm going to be using this polish I got off of eBay. It just says metal polish by Dura Coating Technology. Just saw it It slightly, I believe, outperformed Mother's by just a tiny bit. You can use Mother's, that metal aluminum polish paste, or you can even use stuff called Neverdol. It comes in like a cotton, and it has the stuff already on the cotton, and that stuff works pretty good too. But I find when using that, it ends up scratching the aluminum, so be careful when using that. That's why I stick with the paste and applicating pads. So put a little bit on here. Spread it out by hand. Nice clean microfiber cloth. See what we got here. Just in a short period of time of running that. I think that's called a power ball or power polish ball. I think that's what it's called. Some stuff I'm still gonna have to hit by hand no matter what, because that power ball polishing thing can only get in so deep. So alright, now I'm going to hit the spot again by hand. Again, some spots that ball or foam ball, whatever it is, can't hit certain areas, so you gotta go in by hand and polish it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to polish basically half the wheel, so then you can see the before and after. I'm going to get some tape and tape it off and get the polishing. Come back when I'm done and all done at that from that point. This is after just a short period of time of polishing with that compound. As you can see right here, this is after polishing, before polishing. Huge difference. Huge. It still needs a little bit more polishing. I gotta hit it up by hand. Now if you look, see those scratches? That's from the scuff pad. If I really wanted to, I could hit it with 1500 grit until I get all those out. But I'm not really that concerned with it. Overall, it looks really good. So, but yeah, if you take your time and just keep on going through the various grits, you won't have those scratches, and it'll just get shinier and shinier and shinier. I gotta hit some more polish here. It's a little bit dull. I gotta hit some more polish in here yet, but overall, it's turning out really good. I can come back once I get this whole wheel, for the most part, all polished out and show you the result. Alright, I got this wheel as polished out as I'm going to get it. This is the other one that is pretty much done. I gotta do a little touch up on this one. I polished this one like 12 years ago, so I have to go through it and get like hit with 1500 here and there, just to then polish it again with the paste to get it to more closer to this one. Then the wheel under this one, I have to repeat the whole process that I did to this, and the one under this wheel, it's basically the same as this top one. I gotta do a little touch up and repolish it. It won't take that long to do those two, but the other one, it was just as long as this one. Total, I think I got, what time is it? I got about 4 hours into just polishing this to get to this point. Like I said, this takes a very long time. I wasn't going to film the whole thing. That's why it's jumping around a little bit. It just takes a long time. Just take one wheel at a time and you'll eventually get there. But yeah, it turned out pretty damn good. It's nice and shiny. A whole lot better. Oh, a bit of dirt. Whole lot better than it was. I just have to paint the insides here black to make that really pop. This top one has been done to it. I gotta do it over again. It's pretty damn old, and when I had it on the car and moving around, it has little tiny chips here and there, and like right there, you know, just odds and ends. I just have to go through them all to get them to where I want them. But yeah, I think it turned out really good. Like I said, the longer you spend sanding and going through all the grits, like starting with the maroon scuff pad, then going to like 400, 600, 1200, 1500, then 2000, the shinier it's going to be, and the less polishing, believe it or not, you're going to have to do. It'll polish up even faster. It'll be really ridiculous. You'll really like the results if you go through all those steps. It just takes extremely long. Now there is a little bit faster way to do the first step with the maroon scuff pad. You can just go to the Dollar Tree or dollar store that you have and buy a couple cans of oven cleaner and spray the face of it with the oven cleaner. Of course, be in a ventilated area, wear gloves, let it soak on there, then start scuffing the hell out of it with the scuff pad. That will break down the clear coat really fast. I just know from experience of that stuff, this destroying clear coat, and it'll pull it right off. I don't like the smell of it. You get it on your skin, it stings, and I'd rather play it on the safe side and just spend the time sanding that all down. So I like the way it turned out. In a future video, I will show the actual complete of the wheels when I actually go put the wheels on in a future video, and to see with the new tires, and they're all four of them polished and painted how I want. So stay tuned for that. Alright YouTube, that's going to finish up this video on how to polish out your wheels and reconditioning them a little bit. Like I said before, if you spend the time sanding through all the grits, start with the maroon scuff pad, then go to 400 grit, 600 grit, 800 grit, 1200 grit, 1500 grit, 2000, hell 3000, then polish. They will be so mirror shiny, it'll be ridiculous. If you want to spend the time. It takes a lot of time. So whatever, I'm not going to be spending that much time on them. It's not a show car at all means. So anyway, if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Until next time.